Welcome to an epic journey to transform imposter syndrome for the good of your leadership and what you're up to. So anywhere that imposter syndrome has been an impediment, a challenge, a path, part of your path, may this support you in your journey of leadership, of choice, empowerment, and connection and community. We'll go through a few sections. The first one is your own resistance and answer to the call that you have, your unique calling. We'll move into diving deep to discovering. What is it that needs to be discovered? What's the hidden part, the blind spot, the part that's not wrong, that's really strong, that you probably just need to recognize? You'll discover a number of gifts and get to return with them. And having risen for yourself, for your highest self, for your highest good, you'll step into being ready to raise others. And you'll get to express and experience what that is for you. Just slow down your breathing. Take a breath in and a breath out. Relax more and more every time you get to the bottom of your exhale. Notice what tensions, what hesitations there are in relaxing at the bottom of your exhale. If you empty out completely, is there any part of you that is afraid of not receiving the next breath? Can you let go of the control? Let breathing happen. Allow yourself to be breathed. Create for yourself a space for miracles by having a dose of curiosity, some faith in your own power, some interest in what's possible. Let your breathing keep happening. Let breathing keep happening with you and for you. Please acknowledge all the resistance. All the resistance that has been in the form of, I'm not ready, I don't know, I can't, I must, I won't, I have to. And recognize your own responsibility. What if I am responsible for how I answer this call? Can you find in yourself the recognition of responsibility for how you answer your own unique calling? With an inner smile, what have you been afraid of that has prevented you from saying, feeling, being, and aligning with a yes to this calling? And a more consistent yes. Or a more full-bodied yes. And as you feel even 1% more yes right now, What's the essence that's emerging for you? How do you feel what wants to emerge with, for, and as you? Where do you feel it? How do you know it? What's in this space for you of, I am this. This is it. This is what I've wanted. Be sensitive to the distinction between the feeling and essence, the subtlety, and the form. And would you be willing to let go of any need right now, at this point in your journey, to know the form, to be on the other side of the journey, to be done? And with the I am this, can you recognize, maybe in the background, there's a certain way in which it is done at an essence level, at a being level. As I name the aspects of imposter syndrome and how it might show up, you'll find your own agency in the alchemy of emptiness and fullness. So each one of these has the potential to fill you up with an energy, a power, a potential, a life. And each one of these may have a piece for you to empty out of your own experience. In other words, letting it go, letting go of whatever you're attached to, letting go of what you're holding on to, and any last remnants, even if you've done lots of personal work around this. See this freshly today for your own creative potential. Emptiness and fullness. Feeling like a fraud. Allow yourself to feel filled and allow yourself to empty anything from your past experience of feeling like a fraud. The moments, the memories, the specific situations, what you thought it meant, what you expected. Afraid of being found out. Can you feel the electricity of being found out and the intensity of it? And the hesitancy of it, and how you might have built a resistance or a defense to never be found out for what might be wrong or right and good and amazing about you. Allow your body to process these experiences by emptying your breath and resting at the exhale. And let the breath breathe you and fill you up on the inhale. Enjoy the ride. When have you felt not as good as someone else? not as worthy as someone else, not as skillful or competent or deserving as someone else? What other insecurities? And when and why have you felt insecurities? Where have you taken comments, criticisms, overly personally? Too personally. Where instead of, like a tennis game, receiving the ball and hitting it back, keeping the game going, you took it personally and it stopped the game. Anywhere you've shut down and stopped from shutdown, instead of stopping to pause with choice and clarity. Have you ever felt like you disappointed others, even though you worked your ass off? You worked so hard, you did your best, and still people didn't approve. They were disappointed. They seemed let down. And however much of that was you, or wasn't, empty and fill. Receive it totally. The gift of it, the new wisdom now. And detach from anything that would hold you back or stop you. Empty it into the grand ocean of consciousness. And while there are many, many more specific symptoms and expressions that we could call imposter syndrome, let's step directly into the heart of it now. Where have you confused who you really are with how you're showing up? And what you really are with the role that you or anyone else wants you to play? Can you gently discard the confusion and be filled with the awareness, I am this. I am this. And let that this be big enough to include you, and hold you, and support you. Anything for your spirit, mind, body, soul to feel safe in an unsafe world. And the daring rebellion of feeling unsafe, even when things may look safe. To take the risks that you're meant to take and that you can take, and they're presented to you as opportunities. All these layers of not you, empty them. Let them wash away like dirt off your skin as you swim in the ocean, gently scrubbed by salt water to come out fresh and new, more yourself than ever. Rise into being. Rise into being you. I am this. Now think of your name. Think of your name as the verb of what you're up to, being you. I am. Use your name as a verb. Add ing to it if you like. Notice the little silliness, perhaps, that comes to mind as you gently shift from being to being you in this form. From pure being, I am this, to I am your name as a verb. Continue to breathe and hold these two together. I am this. I am the verb of my name. Let it point to an invitation to your unique path and play and power and purpose. The bliss of being you. The blessing you bestow to others by being you. Keep feeling your body and breathing and being breathed together. How are you growing right now? What's valuable right now about being this, doing you? What's important about being this, doing you? And from these feelings, are there any images, any messages, any knowings about the form of what's next, the form of what excites you, the form of what is yours to do, to act on, to give or to take? How are you to serve and be served in the coming days, weeks, and months? What's your primary role in the coming days and months? What's your fundamental game that, of course, you can win, and that, of course, you want to keep playing? The infinite game as an infinite player in the roles that you are perfect for. In your mind and heart, where are you right now? What information about where you are, why, with who And what about this can you say the yes to? With the most ease, yes. And if it's important to say a no, where is that greatest no? And recognize that that no opens up a space for more commitment with authenticity and honesty and creativity and integrity. And all with the least amount of effort. Or perhaps the most amount of action. Having returned to form with so many gifts now, can you appreciate how you've risen and what level you have risen to in this moment? Not from a sense of comparison as much as a sense of to your own standards, to your own knowing, your own direction, your own congruency. Now is the time for a dose of surrender and softening. Softening any attachment to these ideas and forms. After all, they're in you right now, not yet in the world. And so how many of these ideas, energies, and metaphors can express themselves in their own time with your support, your contribution, with or without a plan? You now know what's more yours to do and yours to be. And by doing that and being that, you raise others as you raise yourself. Gently take control of your breathing, up and in, down and out. You've got this. You are this. With your eyes still closed, use your hands to create sensation on your body. Squeeze your arms, scratch or rub your skin, arms and legs and torso. Rub your hands together, touch your head, maybe your face. Gently open your eyes. Take in the room, the space around you. And allow the space around you to attract your attention. What is it in the space that attracts your attention? And validate for yourself to the degree that you feel ready to be here. Ready to thrive as you, doing what you love to do, with people who you love to do it with. People and environments who thrill you, make you come alive, receive you more, can appreciate you, and you can appreciate them. For this infinite game to be really fun, for you to be really safe to play fully yourself in the world. Thank you for being epic. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being you. Thank you for everything you've gone through in life and your stories and your struggles. And thank you for your successes. And may there be many, many more to come.